Hello, Mama, and welcome to Navigate Maternity. This is our very first Mommy Minute, and we're going to talk all about your newly found pregnancy journey. So, you're pregnant. Congratulations. It can be a very exciting time, but also a time of a little bit uncertainty and feeling frankly overwhelmed. So, here at Navigate Maternity, I'm going to be one of your guides that's going to walk you through this pregnancy journey. So, first of all, let's just talk about pregnancy. Pregnancy is 40 weeks. I know. They've lied to us and said that it was 9 months. It's really 10. So we're talking from conception to entire gestation is 40 weeks. You usually will have your very first prenatal appointment around that 8 to 10 week mark. At that appointment, we typically like to do what's called a dating scan, where we do an ultrasound and we look at the fetus to make sure that it has a heartbeat and it's in the correct location. At that very first appointment, ask all the questions. Your certified nurse midwife or your doctor is happy to answer them because we know you have the questions. We're gonna kind of just do a brief overview and then talk about specific questions you have that may be pertinent to your medical history. So from then on, we're gonna have appointments every 4 weeks until you make it to the third trimester, which usually people describe around starting at that 28-week mark. At that time, you'll transition to every 2-week appointments until you get to 36 weeks. And then those appointments become a little bit more exciting and a more frequent basis at a 1-week cadence. Then you have your baby, and then we see you back for your postpartum care. There's another video that we will specifically talk about the details of postpartum care at that time. But a couple of things that are at a high level that I want to discuss. So firstly, let's talk about what you need to be doing in that first trimester. We want you to start taking some prenatal vitamins, especially something that's rich in folic acid. Folic acid is very important for the development of your baby and helps decrease the occurrence of a medical condition called spina bifida. So you want to make sure that you find a prenatal vitamin that has 100% of the folic acid that you need. And you also want to make sure that you have a nutritious diet that has lots of green leafy vegetables. And while we're talking about nutrition, I know people will tell you that you are eating for 2 individuals. You are not. We want to try to stick to a healthy 1,800 to 2,000 calories a day diet that is rich in healthy fats, some complex carbs, but the healthy carbs, lots of vegetables, high fiber, lots of fruit. Think whole nutrition, and we want to avoid those ultra processed foods. We also want to continue with exercise. It's vital to having a healthy pregnancy, minimizing your C-section risk, and having a very smooth postpartum recovery journey. So whatever you were doing prior to pregnancy, make sure that you want to continue that when we talk about exercise. You want to build endurance so that you can have a nice, smooth labor process. So that's a high level of what we are going to talk about here in this first trimester. Lots more information to come throughout this pregnancy journey, and we're so glad that you're here.